Looking for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.
Alrighty, a very good evening to all of you at home and in your cars and in your offices and wherever you might be across the seas. Welcome to our program once again. It's Thursday and July is rolling along. Already we are about halfway there, and soon enough it'll be Christmas music again. Jingle bells. It's coming with sure speed. We're a little late this afternoon, and as usual, sometimes it's difficult because of the work, and you don't know what you find until you get it, and we find cases that are difficult, technical, and you got to spend the time and take care of the people as much as you can, and that's what takes the time away sometimes. Anyhow, we're here, we're on, and we're going to not make it too long with anything. But a couple of things I wanted to mention. In the news, it was a little scary for our finance minister. I don't know what Dale was trying to do to him, but I saw where he was going to be, the media says, sent to jail for something that he didn't do. But because he's in a responsible position, I guess at the time, the buck stops with him, That again, my opinion, I'm saying, again, we need to take a serious look at the Constitution. I mean, that is ridiculous because he didn't commit a crime. He didn't steal any money. He didn't, it's not his money in the first place. The money that is owed to the people, it's not Winston Jordan's money. Okay? So I don't see how Winston Jordan could be the one going to jail for some money that he didn't owe. I don't understand. I guess my little legal mind is not sharp enough to understand that because a promise was made or money that was due, and then look at it, the same people who were trying to send him to jail owe his money to the government. I mean, this is like a laughing stock, the whole thing, So we need to take a serious look at those constitutions and change it. It needs to be rectified because if anything was to happen, in my opinion, to me it was a laughing matter, but even though it was a serious matter. Look, it's old. It was designed for a time that is not here anymore. Okay? It needs to be changed. Period. That's the first thing that needs to happen in Parliament. Next time you go to Parliament, you sit down and look at changing the Constitution because it needs to be changed. That man had no reason to be concerned about going to jail. He got a whole country to take care of with the finances that is not his, and he's got to make the right decisions. He ain't got time to be looking at that. Come on, this is 2019, nearly 2020. Fix the Constitution. We don't even understand it ourselves. We got to get other people to interpret it for us. So it needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed so that it can be relevant to the times that we're in. Right? That's my opinion on that. So, Winston, I'm glad you didn't go to jail because you don't deserve to go to jail, especially with something like that you didn't do anything about. As a matter of fact, you inherited the situation I was made to understand. And it's just that you're sitting in a chair that you're responsible, you know what I'm saying? I guess it's the hot seat. But thank goodness the politics worked and you're not able to have to spend any time where you don't need to be. Okay? That's my say on that. Um, we are having some situations where persons are walking and living with problems that they don't even know they have. You know, you're walking and living with problems that you don't know you have. Health problems I'm talking about now. You know, we've got people who are walking around with chlamydia. Those are STDs, trichomonas, gonorrhea. Walking around, you know, healthy in their opinion, with diseases that are taking a toll on their bodies. Some on their pelvis and uterus, and some in their prostate. You know, and I want to say something else that's very important, and it is not directed to anyone. Listen, if you're walking around with a breath that is offensive, that people can't take, it means that what's inside of you is what's coming out of you. Or what you had to eat, you didn't brush your teeth. You know, because there's some people who eat fish, for instance. And fish is something that has a very strong scent. If you're going to eat fish, walk with some mouthwash. Because when you open your mouth after that fish, guess what's going to come out? What's going to come out of it is the smell of the fish. Right? So if you're going to eat fish for your own benefit and you got to talk to people, walk with some mouthwash so you can rinse your mouth and then put the mouthwash in and shake out the rank fish from your mouth, and then you could start talking again. Right? There's some people who walk around thinking that they're healthy because they're told that, with discharges, vaginal discharges. It's not healthy. Take it from me and do your research. It's not healthy, especially if it has an odor, be it smelly of whatever nature. It is not normal for you, and I know that when you go about the place, if you have that problem and it is odorous and the scent is escaping, and people that you sit next to smell it, they're going to want to know what they sit down next to. You know? If you can be kind enough as Guyanese people who care for each other, and this is going to be a hard one, to be open-minded to the fact that if someone observes the bad smelling situation, be it from your pelvic region or pubic region or your mouth or your perspiration on your arms, pull the person one side and says, look, I don't want you to take it the wrong way, right? But as a citizen and a concerned citizen, I just want to let you know that your breath is a little offensive and you should address it. Or, I just want to let you know, I mean, it's your business, and I just want to let you know as a decent Guyanese person to another that you have an odor, either on your arm or under your skirt or under your pants. And it's not good for you because I don't want nobody walking around looking at you funny. So fix it, right? Just nicely you tell them. And if they, you know, some of them mightn't like it because they they cuss you out, right? But at least you do your job. For the sake of the person, do your job and be a good citizen, and hopefully do it so that they can be receptive and they could look after themselves, right? If you have a discharged woman or men, mostly women, anybody who says to you it's normal, tell them thank you and find someone who will help you to address what it is, because it's not normal. I say it over and over and over and over, I say it. If it's not your menstruation or your ovulation or your orgasm, it's not normal. It is something that is eroding in your pelvic region. And if you don't address it, it will get you sooner or later. Okay? Many physicians or many persons in the health field will say, oh, it's normal, the vagina cleaning itself of what? What is it cleaning itself of? Tell me. Okay? If your rectum doesn't clean itself, then your vagina shouldn't be cleaning itself. You got to clean it. So if something coming out of there, anywhere, that is not any of those three, nothing is supposed to be coming out your rectum anyway. Only stool, be it wet one or dry one. That's the only thing should be coming out of there. Right? If anything else coming out of there, you got a problem. If you got blood coming out of there, well, you know what? Funny I'm going to say this, and it came out like that. The only time that people believe that something is wrong with them is when they start seeing blood. Then they believe something wrong with them. If you see blood coming out of the vagina or the penis, you're going to know, we're going to rush to the doctor maybe, or you're going to look to somebody to try to get you some help to find out what it is. Why does it have to be blood before you start doing something about it? If anything coming out of the unusual, fix it. Get it fixed, because it's something that's happening to you on the inside that is showing you what's happening on the outside. Seriously. On a serious note, we have too many people with prostate cancer and too many people with uterine and cervical cancer happening in our country. You don't understand why? Then come, I'll teach you why. I'll be happy to sit and explain to you why it happens. I don't care who you are. You don't believe me, you just keep it, and eventually you'll see that there was something wrong all the time, but you ignored. Don't anybody fool you and tell you that nothing wrong with you. And the other thing is, there are many persons who are complaining. They're complaining to me about going to physicians or going to institutions and are being told that nothing is wrong with them, and yet still they're having problems. They're having pains, discomfort, they're having all sorts of things, and they're being told nothing is wrong with you. If nothing wrong with you, why are you having a pain? If nothing is wrong with you, why are you having a discharge? If nothing is wrong with you, why are your head hurting? If nothing is wrong with you, why are you bleeding? Blood ain't supposed to come out of nowhere like that. In the woman, menstruation. Nothing else supposed to come out of there. Not bleeding. If you're menstruating, then you got a problem. If it's bleeding. If you're discharging on a daily basis, you got a problem. Investigate. Find somebody who will agree with you that you have a problem, or will address your problem, or indicate to you that you have a problem, and fix it, because sooner or later you're going to have a serious problem. Trust me, I know what I'm telling you. Right? Those of you who are having a difficulty conceiving, many of you are having difficulty conceiving. Either on the man's side or the woman's side, there's a problem. There's a problem. Not everyone is in this world to bring a child into the world either. Some people will, everything will be fine, and still they won't get pregnant. Okay? Sometimes it's like that. And sometimes you have to accept it, but you do everything you can to make sure that your tubes are clear, that your sperm count is high enough, and you can do. And don't let people fool you and tell you it's high and everything clear, and it isn't high and it ain't clear. It happens all the time too. Seriously. I know what I'm telling you. We see it all the time. Right? There are many children today who are suffering with viruses. A particular one is what we call the adenovirus, which is a fecal oral transmitted virus. Now, you may be wondering, how is it that this child always got a cold, or this child always got a runny nose, or, and the same child that got that problem is transmitting it to other children who are in the area or in the same classroom or wherever with the children. Now, the thing about children, which is, it's nice, but you got to think about it. Children tend to put their hands all over the place, right? Children would put their hands in their rectum and scratch it because they have worms in them. And they would take that same hand, forget about washing it because they didn't know it, and take something and eat it with the same hand. And they would take fecal matter and put it in their mouth and don't even realize it. There's some people in restaurants and in other places, food preparation places, who don't have facilities like toilet and sink and so. And they may be washing their hand in the bucket of water they have, but the same bucket they keep washing it inside over and over. That water dirty already. You know what else is in the water. You take the same hand and you serve with it, or you know, some of you count money with the same hand you serve things with. You don't wear a glove, or you don't do nothing, or, you know, I mean, it's all sorts of things. And some people say, well, look, you got to die from something, you know, no, it's not that. You want to try your best to prevent bacteria and viruses from being transmitted. Okay? This adenovirus is a very dangerous one because it affects your bronchioles. And you may be having a condition for a long time or forever. And you keep taking medicines for a cold, and you're not addressing the virus. And until you remove that virus from your system, you're going to continue to have an immune system that is deficient, and you'll pick up other viruses. Happening a lot. I'm seeing it all the time. In adults. Now here's the thing, the child may take something, right? And because you're the parent, they may pick up something and use a dirty hand to pick it up and give it to you, and you don't want to refuse because it's your child. And the child may put it in your mouth, or you may take it and put it in your mouth, and you don't know what that child hand was on just now. And that food in your mouth took something with it, some bacteria or some virus, and there you go, boom. Gone into your salivary glands, gone into your stomach, gone into your system, and you start sneezing, you start coughing, you start running nose, happens. Right? So I'm not saying don't take anything from the children, but what I'm saying is teach the children that before they touch anything to eat, that they must wash or sanitize their hands. Because the person who they infect might just be you or themselves. Yes, happening all the time. The child may play outside in the mud or the sand or the dirt, and they come home and they pick up something and they eat it, and they play sometimes and then they eat and play, and then, you know, they transmit and stuff all the time. I don't know it. So we're dealing with a lot of bacteria and viruses and parasites and worms and streptococcus and candida. Here's the other thing. Many persons share things, like they may borrow one another pen, borrow each other's cell phone, you know, they may borrow I even see people borrow cups from each other and drink and spoon and without washing and eat and drink. Not a good thing to do. Not a good thing to do. You don't know what that person has. You don't know what they may be possessed with. I'm not talking demon here, I'm talking bacteria and viruses or diseases, and you take that and you eat and drink with it, or you know, and next thing you know, your immune system is not as strong as it should be, and you pick up something. Not even knowing that you pick it up from that spoon or that pen or that phone or whatever. A lot of viruses around, man. So just be careful, you know. You can intermingle, but don't interuse unless you sanitize. Serious. Right? Then we have other things that are happening. I mean, there's so many things. So many things. I got to take a break because there's so many things I see. And we're going to take a break next week. We're going to work next week, and then we're taking a break. The whole staff taking a break. Good evening to Fiona and Joy and Oliver. You know, I promise I'll say good evening to you. If you hear it or not, I don't know. But we're going to close for 1 month. After next week, we're closing for 1 month. So don't say I didn't tell you, because I can play this back over and over. We're closing for 1 month from next week. After next Friday, 1 month we're going to close for, because we need a break. Right? So if you got to get to us, you know, somehow get to us before then, or wait till we come back, if it can wait. Right? But the good thing is that we take care of people so that we can leave them and they're okay. Not all, but most persons. Right? So we're going to be closing from the 19th to the 19th. Easy. So don't come to the clinic after the 19th of this month until the 19th of the next month. You're going to find nobody there. Right? We're going to take care of people in other places, except that, I'm not going alone. Okay? Just to let you know now, and I'll let you know again next week. But put it down on your calendar from the 19th to the 19th. But we're going to have some programs showing and, some things that you missed, you're going to learn. So the show is still going to go on. You're still going to have the Thursday night program on television. That's not going to go away. But, it's not going to be live. But you're not going to miss anything. You're going to learn some things that you missed. Right? I'm not going to talk too much longer. We're going to open the lines. You can call. And I'll try to answer your questions as fast as I can, as much as I can. Be short. Don't be too long. Because, we have others who will want to get online or get on the phone with their problems. So if you got your problems and you know what they are, you can call. And then when you call, when your phone rings, when you hear your phone ringing, turn the volume of your television down or move away from the television as far as you can go. That way the feedback wouldn't come to the studio. Right? Please do that for me. So the lines are open there now. I think the lines are open. I think 218-4949 and 218-1890. Call it. We're going to try and answer it and see what's happening with you. Good evening.
Hi, good night, doctor.
Good night. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Where are you calling from? What area?
The fire is Harlem.
Sophia.
Harlem, Belgrave.
Hey, stranger. How you doing?
Not bad.
Nice to hear from you.
Yeah, where's the sign of, prostate cancer?
Well, in the early stages, you may have frequent urination or difficult urination. You may have some pains. I hope there's no discharge, but you may have a urinary dribbling, discomforts in the area of the pelvic region, things like that.
Oh, okay.
Why, you have a problem with your prostate? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm finding out, for somebody.
So what happened to somebody? They can't find out themselves? What happened to he?
I just fell a call to find out.
Yeah, but I
And
don't...
there's one more thing, liver cancer. What is the, signs of that?
How do you, well, if you have cancer, it could be all sorts of things. Liver cancer, you may have yellowing of the eyes, you may have pain, you may have symptoms that things that are coming out in your skin, spots all over, things like that.
Okay.
Why?
I'm finding out for somebody.
What's wrong with these people where they can't find it for themselves? You just spoke.
It's one person, but I just find out.
So they have any of those symptoms?
Some.
They have some.
Yeah.
Somebody young?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's just that the liver needs detoxifying or it's congested. Maybe there's too much fat around the liver. Could be something simple.
Okay.
And maybe there's a urinary infection and not a prostate problem. Let's just not think the worst.
Okay.
Maybe they're young and they don't have the problem yet, but it happens younger and younger.
Yeah. I gotta bring the person to do a scan.
A screening.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Trying.
You still trying? You ain't doing yet?
I always trying. I can't give
I
up.
want you to stop trying and start doing.
Yeah.
When you try, there's room there for failure,
Yeah, well.
Start doing things. Don't try, because when you try, there's room to, go one way or another.
Yeah,
Like some
I'll
reason.
check you before you go.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, before the 19th, you said, right?
The 19th, yep, of this month.
Yeah.
Okay, my dear. Thanks for calling, okay? Say hello for me.
Yeah. Okay,
Good to hear
alright.
from you. Good evening.
Good evening, Doc.
Good evening to you, and how do you do?
I'm great. I'm just great.
Wonderful. Where are you calling from? What area?
Parfait.
Oh, nice.
West side.
Nice. I know over there.
Okay. Okay.
I used to
My
roam.
problem is a little problem. The other day I came home from a tree, and I pick a guava, right? And I eat the guava. And halfway eating the guava,
You see some
see
worms?
something moving, and I see like a worm. That's just chunks. I try vomiting myself, but nothing coming up. I want to know what could be used. I want to warm garden list. I want to know what could be used.
So
I'm studying.
what do you do with the other half of the guava?
I throw it away.
That might have just been the only worm in the guava.
It might be, but me don't know. It's got the warm garden, the warm
Listen,
going system, going garden system, and I know that.
That's a lesson for you.
Studying.
That's a lesson. Before you bite, look.
Well, true.
Look before you bite. Whatever you bite, look before you bite. Because you never know what's inside where you're biting.
True, very true.
All right, listen. If you think that there is a... How long ago this happened to you?
It happened yesterday.
Sometimes the digestive enzymes and the acids can destroy if it's the kind of worm that is not the ones that we see, like ringworm, tapeworm, threadworm. If it's a basic worm like that, yeah, acids could destroy it. But if it survives the acid, you may have a problem. But you didn't chew the guava before you swallow it?
Yeah, true. Well, I can't even remember if I chew, if I swallow. After I see the worm, I just get confused. I can't remember if I chew, if I swallow.
That means you probably chew up some worms. But listen. In some countries, worms is a deli, Worms are covered with raisins and
I watch a
chocolate.
program of time. Where the worms got a lot of protein, but them people they cooking them worms, they pass it through heat or something. Me won't live in.
Anyway, listen, worms don't like sulfur, right?
Okay.
So what you could do is get some raw garlic, maybe crush a little bit of it and eat it and swallow it, or some garlic juice and drink it, and do a little bit of cleansing. Drink a lot of water and maybe get some
And that should help.
get some senna or something and flush.
And that should help.
Yeah,
Okay.
it will help to clear out the colon or the intestine, as we say, the stomach. If the worm is in there, then the sulfur from the garlic will destroy the worm.
Okay. And something else you could address quickly.
I'll try.
I travel in public transportation, and in the mornings, what I notice? Majority of the buses, windows just be locked up.
Yeah.
And the bus is full. I might have 2 or 3 persons in that bus, and they're coughing and so on. And people don't open the window to let fresh air go in. So maybe I'll come off now, but maybe you can shed some light about that today.
All right, I'll do that.
Audience.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, you have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
That is something that I do talk about from time to time if you're sitting in public transportation and you know what? Listen, this may sound really weird, but it's not a bad thing to do. There's some disposable masks that you can buy. When you're traveling in public transportation, put on a mask. I don't care what anybody say when I travel and I fly, I walk with a mask in my pocket and I put it on in the plane. I sit down in the plane, I put on my mask. Because the bacteria and so, I see them in the light, you see all kind of things floating in the air, right? So you want to start doing that. It's not against the law to wear a mask to protect yourself from simple bacteria and viruses, but the right thing to do is to open the windows, or even if you put on the AC, it helps, but it's difficult. The best thing to do, though, is to keep your immune system up. That way, if it's a little virus of any sort, and the immune system is high enough and strong enough, you will destroy it. Okay? Antioxidants like liquid vitamin C or high vitamin C concentrates. Use a lot of, fruit juices. Make your lemon and water. Make some pure juices and drink. Right? Even orange juice helps. Okay? Good evening. Good evening.
Hello,
Turn the volume of your television down, please.
Hello?
Volume. Or move away from the television.
Hello,
Okay, me you not get through the gist. You have a slow you television. The labor.
You're doing an injustice to me and to others and yourself. All right, talk now. Go ahead.
Hello, good night, Doc.
Good night to you.
I have a problem and my taru coming down all the time. My throat.
Your throat coming down?
The taru at the top?
Mm-hmm. The palate.
Yes, it's coming down. And you pain me, I can't rest.
Why it coming down, you think?
I don't know, just like that. Me got a tonsil problem, so we don't know if the tonsil caused that.
You probably have an infection, most likely. And you need to have it addressed. Have you gone to the hospital or clinic or a physician or so?
Well, I have this thing for years, and they used to treat me with injection, but now they're not giving me the injection, but the thing is, I can't rest in the night.
What happens to you?
Just when I lie down, I can't sleep.
What happens? It pains you or it's uncomfortable to breathe or what?
Yeah, I can't breathe properly.
Okay. It's kind of a prolapse that occurred or a descension that occurred. And you know the people who actually put that back, right?
Yeah.
You can't put it back. You could push it back.
Yes, my husband has pulled it and push it up, but the thing is coming down often.
So we need to find out what is wrong. There's something wrong that needs to be addressed.
Okay, thank you so much, doctor.
You're welcome. What's your age now?
My age is 66.
66. Okay, you can still get it looked at. It's important. There is a problem there.
Yeah.
Either a prolapse of some sort.
Breathe good in the night, so me not rest.
You can't breathe good at night.
No.
It's blocking the airways. So it needs to be addressed. There is some either a virus or a disease or a condition that is occurring there that needs to be addressed.
Okay, thank you so much, doctor.
All right, you're welcome. There is something that is good for that too that is made. It's called antiphlogistic. Antiphlogistic. When you take it, it helps to correct that problem. Good evening.
Hi, Doc. Good night.
Good night. How are you doing?
Okay. Let's start to find out a simple question.
Uh-huh.
If I got a young lady that is not seeing her, and even though she do like a test to see if she's pregnant, she is not pregnant, what could actually be causing it?
She has what we call menstrual obstruction.
Mental obstruction.
And it means that one of her reproductive organs is not functioning properly. And it could also be a part of her glandular system,
Okay.
right? She has also some hormone imbalance, which is as a result of the malfunction. Needs to be addressed. Not a hard thing to fix. How old is the person?
19.
Oh, this is a young person, man. That's
Yeah.
easy. That's fixable easily.
Okay. So she just needs to see a doctor.
She needs to find a good one, and maybe a gynecologist, and they can address it. Or if you can't get through, if she doesn't get through, then she can come to the clinic and we'll help her.
Okay. All right, then. Thanks.
You're welcome. Those are simple problems. Volume. Good evening.
Yes, good night to you.
Were you coughing for, man?
I've been coughing since minutes of 4 this morning, Doc. I don't know what is the problem. Coughing,
Move away from the television or turn the volume down.
coughing, and sometimes vomiting.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's a virus or something that I pick up.
You picked up a virus or you have a bacteria in your system.
Uh-huh.
And it probably happened yesterday. And it took effect on you during the course of the night, and this morning it started. Right? What can you do? What can you do? Get some honey,
Uh-huh.
some lemon, pure lemon juice, and peppermint oil.
Uh-huh.
Make sure that you can taste the peppermint oil when you make the compound. When you compound it together, right? You mix the honey, lemon, and peppermint oil, and you want to get maybe equal parts of the honey and the lemon,
Okay.
right? And the peppermint oil must be stronger than the two.
Okay.
Put enough drops in there to make it stronger, and you take that like every 50 minutes. You take a spoonful of that.
Okay.
It's going to soothe, destroy the virus, and help you to overcome, build your immune system to overcome whatever it is. And then you could drink some orange juice or nothing cold. Don't take anything cold. Or nothing hot either, just warm.
Okay.
It's going to help you. Do it.
Thank you, Doc.
You're welcome. Good evening.
Good evening, doctor.
Good evening to you. What area are you? You sound like you're right outside.
Yeah, I came outside.
You're right outside?
I came outside to speak because I have two things I want to talk to you about. First of all, I'm 26 years old, and I noticed that every time I menstruate, the color of my blood is not
It's kind of blackish or coffee-ish
fine.
like?
It's looking kind of orange.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Very interesting.
So,
Not good. Does it have an odor?
no.
No odor. It looks kind of orange.
Yeah, sometimes it's not the red it used to be when I started in the early days. It's not the same red.
What is your blood count? Do you know what your blood count is?
No.
Do you have any other symptoms that you recognize?
That's the main one. But I notice that sometimes my pressure is low. My mom has a tester and I would test it. And it's
Normally, sometimes when your pressure is low, your blood count is low,
okay.
right? So you want to check to see if your blood count is low, because the color of the blood when you menstruate should not be orange. Sometimes it's dark red and red, but orange means it's extremely light.
Okay.
So we need to check your blood count, and maybe you need some building. Maybe you need some ferrous sulfate, or some sort of iron compound, to build that blood count up. But check it first.
Okay, so if I want to visit the office, where are you located?
We are in Kitty,
Kitty.
but take the first number you see there, take it, and then call it in the morning because it's kind of busy.
Okay, and another thing, I have a sister. For some reason, she always has a cold. She was diagnosed sometime back with bronchitis. They treated her, but she still is acting like this mucus all the time.
All right, what you need to do is to stop drinking milk for a while. No milk or no dairy products for a while.